Welcome to The Thread, where I, together with you, dear listener, attempt to weave the fabric of our personal and collective humanity. We look deep into the nature of life, of being human, and open ourselves up to a deeper, more profound solution to the personal and cultural challenges of our modern times, combining insights from ancient mysticism, movement practice, modern science, and personal lived experience. If you feel my words resonate with you, be invited to check out my website, fieldofvalue.com, for more inspiration, personal guidance, and live and online events. Together, we restore and evolve the tapestry of our shared humanity. Enjoy. Hello, and welcome to this solo episode of The Thread, in which I want to take some time to really clarify and dive into the concept of the word life. I use it quite a bit in my writing and in my speaking, the word life. Life embodied, to be alive, aliveness. So, what is it to be alive? What is life? And quite often I write life with a capital L. So it signifies a certain transcendent quality to this life, a certain greatness, a certain specialty. Because the words which we capitalize in English language are often words which point to something with a very grand identity, like God, or a name, or a nation. So they are like persons, identities of a certain, there's a personal character to it. So when I talk about life, and when I write about life using this capital L, I refer to life as a felt sense, as an identity, as a living being, as an intelligence, as a unique identity. And that's a very important thing to mention. It's not a neutral or even non-alive force. It's not made of objects and passive. It's the opposite. It's alive. It's an identity. It's a person. It's knowing. It's present. And feeling life and experiencing life in this intimate and personal manner is a specific state. It's a specific state of being in which life is deeply and inherently meaningful. And we touch this quality of aliveness, this quality of being alive, being in life, being in a relationship with life. We touch it in certain moments as humans in which we fall in love or witness a beautiful sunset. It becomes apparent in moments where we are a witness to beauty, a witness to something which opens us up to a new, a greater and greater perspective. In a way, it breaks us open. it dissolves boundaries. And something else, something bigger, something comes in, which makes us feel alive, which makes us feel deeply connected for a moment, or maybe a very long moment. And maybe these experiences can last a very long time, but it can also be very fleeting. And in those moments, we find ourselves in relation to life. We're not just there as an object, as a skin encapsulated ego, as a person, like an Alwyn, just here in life, there. No, we're really in life. We feel we are deeply and inherently related to everything around us. We see the sunset, we see the eyes of our lover, and we feel this intrinsic sense of warmth, of fullness, of connection. And the boundaries which often govern our day-to-day experience become more transparent. So most humans most of the time perceive themselves as an object in a world of objects. So there is me, and there are limits to who I am, like the limits of my skin are the limits of my being. And then there are other humans, and they're far away or close by, and there are those objects I find myself surrounded with, and that's it. So there is a separation between me and the other, me and the object. And the state of being which comes with this more separated experiences of a world of objects is one of, I would say it's a subtle alienation, it's a subtle grayness, which from this perspective might be the cause of the mental illness and the violence we're witnessing on a global scale. Because when I'm a separate actor in a world of objects which are fundamentally different than me, who are not me, but other, from that place it only makes sense to impose my will upon objects, impose my will upon others, and to grow and increase the amount of power I have over those objects in order to be less alone, less isolated, less separated. And that is the state most humans spend most of their time in. And you could say that's life with a small l. It's life from a non-relational state of being. And most people living in that state at a certain point come to the realization that they feel lonely, disconnected. And the inherent emptiness of being an object within a world of objects becomes palpable. People begin to feel the emptiness that brings to the body, to the feelings, and also to the mind. And this very longing to be connected, truly connected, and the desire to move beyond this state of separation is what initiates the path towards more and more connection. Because on a deeper level, life is inherently relational. And the separation we can perceive is a function of our physical senses. It's because of our body, our eyes, our ears, and our touch that we can create the impression that my body ends here at the boundaries of my skin and that this is a table. And that you, the listener, are far away because I can't see you. So my physical senses create a world of objects. Yet, when we begin to listen to our feelings, we long for more. We long for a deeper connection. And as I said, this very longing for the deeper connection is what initiates the movement. And as we glimpse in those moments of transcendence, there is a deeper reality to our being which is beyond our physical senses. And when we touch this place in moments of transcendence or meditation for some people, we can feel that the boundaries we perceive because of our senses are illusionary. They're there, they're real. There's like the physical layer or the physical dimension to our being. But there is more. There is a deeper reality in which life is not a mere collection of objects, but a web of relation in which every part is intrinsically connected to all other parts. So there is this wholeness to life, which we can touch in those moments. And that's when we can begin to experience life as a person, as a intrinsically intelligent, intrinsically connected being which lives deep within us, deep within you, and at the same time all around us, all around you. And we all find ourselves in this great, interconnected, and inherently whole, capital L life. And that's just so gorgeous. The feeling of that is a feeling of wholeness, is a feeling of inherent goodness. Because when we feel connected in the heart, when we feel open to all of life, then wherever I find myself, I deeply know and feel myself part of all the relations I inhabit in every moment. So while you, dear listener, are not here right now, I do feel and sense some of your presence in this very moment. Because if we inhabit this one life in which everything is relational and connected, then in every moment we inhabit this relation, even if we can't see it with our senses. And this brings a certain intimacy to our day-to-day experience, in which everything we meet, everyone we meet, the table, the human in the other side of the street, your partner, the projects you work on, everything is not an object to interact with and to dominate, but an intrinsic part of life to which you are inherently related and which is asking for your attention, your presence, and your unique being as well. And this unicity of our being is not a part of this capital L life. Because in this capital L life, nothing is a mere object, and everything has a unique, irreplaceable identity and function within the larger whole. It's like an ecosystem in which every mammal, every plant, every insect has a very distinct function within the functioning of the entire system. And as we see in the natural world, nature is very creative, very crafty in creating an incredible abundance of species with very specific functions and specific beauties. And it's the same with us humans, although we often forget. We have this very unique identity and function within this capital L life. That's why your own name also has a capital, you could say. It's like life as a whole is a unique and interconnected wholeness. But you are a unique and interconnected wholeness as well. You're a fractal expression of this great fractal of the life we inhabit on this earth. And this unique and personal quality to life is something we as a culture have quite often forgotten, because we treat each other as objects in the natural world as well, and because of that we often seek to extract a certain function from someone. If we meet something, and we look how this person, this thing fits into our worldview, fits into our experience of reality. And in that way we try to extract their value in order to get what we want. That's often the dynamic which is happening right now. And this is very much different, very much in opposition to the deeper reality in which every unique human has a very specific and irreplaceable contribution to the web of life. So instead of seeing someone and trying to see how they fit into our worldview, we should open ourselves to others as life opens herself to us, and we should look them into their being and ask them and ourselves the question: who are you? Who are you truly? And what is your unique gift to the world? And this gift is first and foremost a function of our being. It's who we are when we are who we are. So there is no condition to it. There is no precept to becoming valuable, to becoming, reaching a place where you are valuable in life. We are inherently valuable in who we are in every single moment without doing anything. It's our very being, our mere existence, and especially our conscious awareness of our existence in this life, which brings light, brings love, brings light, brings awareness, and through that relation into this human experience. And everything we do and become flows from who we already are in every moment of our being. And our unique contribution to life is first and foremost who we are, accepting and becoming aware of who we are, of a very naked being in every moment. And quite possibly certain creations will flow from that. And those creations are different for everyone. Everyone is his own unique contribution to life. And it can be very grand and it can be very small. Because what's small and what's big anyway, like in an ecosystem, in this ecosystem of life, a very small act can have a very profound effect on a lot of relations, whereas a very grand act can have a very limited impact on this whole network of life, because it doesn't reach as deep into this network of relations we inhabit. So, yeah, that's why I talk a lot about life, and this is a little bit of what I mean when I use the concept, the word life, and I write it with a capital L, as it is a person, a being, unique identity. And yeah, it's important to remember that all of us are in life. We are in relation to this greater life, and at the same time we are alive. We are life embodied, as I often say. Life is breathing through us. We are breathing life. And that's a very special place to be in. It's a very unique opportunity to be human in this life, in this moment. And yeah, the thing is, we often forget, and we lose ourselves in the separation and the world of objects in which we feel separate and not so special or alive. Yet losing ourselves is our invitation to remembrance, to reconnect to the longing to become alive. And when we do that, we'll find ourselves again connected in life as life.